They say the internet is forever. Every post, every like, every digital footprint is etched into a silicon grave, waiting to be unearthed. But what if the internet remembers a version of you that never existed? What if you found a digital ghost of yourself from a time before you were even born? My name is Leo Vance, or at least, I thought it was. Last night, I discovered that I'm not a person. I'm a backup file, an anomaly. And according to the 404 archive, I've been dead since 1995. It was 3:13 a.m., the dead hour. The air in my room felt heavy, like it was made of static. I was deep in a dreamless sleep, the kind where you feel like you're falling through a void. Then, the light hit. 3:14 a.m. My phone vibrated against the wood of the nightstand, a sharp, aggressive sound. I reached out, my eyes stinging from the sudden brightness. One notification was waiting. It didn't have a name. It just had a year. Someone tagged you in a photo from 1995. 1995. I was born in 2001. I stared at those numbers until they started to blur. My heart began a slow, heavy crawl up my throat. I clicked it. The app didn't open. Instead, a browser window popped up, showing a link that looked like raw code. I couldn't stay in that bed. The sheets felt like they were wrapping around me like a shroud. I stood up, the floorboards cold under my feet. I knew this wasn't a prank. Pranks are funny. This felt clinical, like a summons. I have this old workstation, a relic from a different era. For some reason, I felt like the answer wouldn't be found on a 5G network. I needed to go back to the source. I grabbed a legacy cable and bridged the gap. I plugged my modern smartphone into that beige, humming tower. My fingers moved before my brain could process the fear. I was bypass coding, forcing the old OS to read the modern encryption. The room smelled like burning dust and ozone. The monitor flickered. A green glow washed over my face. There it was, a social media profile, but from a platform that shouldn't have existed back then. The name, Leo Vance. The photo was me. Not a younger version. Me, right now, but rendered in the jagged, blocky pixels of 1995. I pushed my chair back so hard it nearly hit the wall. My breath came in shallow gasps. This was impossible. This was a nightmare. I started scrolling. Posts from 1996. Just finished the Wind-Up Bird Chronicle. Amazing. I just finished that book last week. Posts from 1997. Coffee at the corner shop is better when it rains. That's my favorite spot. My thoughts, my tastes, my entire identity was logged into a server before I was even a heartbeat. Time lost all meaning. 5:47 a.m. The sun was coming, but I was sinking. I rubbed my eyes until I saw stars. I was looking for a leak, a prank, a deepfake, anything. I searched for Leo Vance 1995 on my phone. Nothing. The modern world had no memory of this. This data was a ghost, trapped in the hardware of the past. My room was a disaster, a physical manifestation of my breaking mind. Cables snaked across the floor like vines. I felt like I was walking through an infinite hall of servers. Millions of blinking lights, each one a life, each one a backup. I realized then, the internet doesn't just record us, it simulates us. Then, the final message appeared. It overrode the screen. You found the 404 archive. You weren't supposed to see the backup. The error has been identified. I ran to the bathroom. I needed to feel my skin. I needed to know I was real. I touched the mirror. My hand didn't hit glass. It hit a screen. My reflection was a mess of gray and green blocks. I watched as my own hand began to pixelate, the edges of my reality tearing into raw data. I'm not a man. I'm a shadow profile. And the system just hit delete. This has been Not Just Story. If you're seeing this, Check your notifications. You might be next.